Before I tell you guys what gun I use in today's video, just take a guess what you think is the least used primary gun in the game. I think it should be ranked a little bit higher than what it actually is at dead last. Now, if you guys didn't notice already, there's a website called Warzone Ranked. It tracks your lobby KDs, your regular KD stats, and all of that. And then they also have a section where you can check the popularity of guns and how often they're picked up in loadouts. So what we did is we scrolled down to the bottom, and then the very last actual bullet firing weapon would be the Carve 2, and that's the gun that we use in today's video. I didn't count the crossbow or the shotgun just because I wanted a gun that actually shoots bullets. So in game, this is where you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it on attack rifles at the very last. So this is class that we ran with this, and honestly, it's a lot better than people give it credit for. Like I said before, this is actually a 2 to 3 burst weapon. Most of the time, you can get a 2 burst off and get a kill. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure you drop me a like and subscribe if you have not already. All right, YouTube, man. So it's been a while since I actually done one of these, like a commentator, like a talkover. So I'm gonna try to give out like tips and try to help you guys out for anybody that's like struggling in Warzone. You know, tips are always good to be able to give out to people. And then not only that, we're using the Carve. I actually found out that the Carve was the 123 out of 125 like least popular guns in Warzone right now, which is actually crazy. The ones that beat it was the crossbow, the Black Ops crossbow. It takes like 2 hits to kill, and I think the Vanguard revolver, which makes sense. So I decided to run the next up, which would be the Carve. Now I understand why the Carve never really got used, just because it got introduced during the Black Ops cycle, and that's basically when Warzone was like on a heavy decline. Not only that, the gun wasn't really all that powerful when it got released. The people never really tried to even level it up, let alone even use it or try to use it. So it makes sense that nobody picks that gun up, but it's actually not that bad. We're just getting away with like some 2 bursts, 3 bursts, and stuff like that. So basically, man, whenever I'm playing solos, let's get to the tip part. So when I'm playing solos, I'm so used to playing like solo squads, solo trios, solo duos, that just playing solos is so easy for me. So whenever I'm doing this, like I'm always focused on the next guy. So like, let's say like the guy right there, I was fighting him, but I'm trying to pay attention to the next fight I'm getting into, or to anybody that's trying to ambush or run up next, if that makes sense. But you're not overlooking your opponent. So like right here, come on, we're gonna get the knock, but I can hear this guy flying in. So we instantly, you know, turn and try to engage the next guy and not focus on just one. Like you see, I'm not even looking at his loot, not trying to go for his loot. You're always looking for the next one. Like you see, I'm literally on a roll right now. I think we get this guy out the air.
Oh, we gotta reload. Fuck. Actually, come here.
Yeah, we end up getting out there. But look, we're still looking for the next fight. Okay. And because of that,
this little stemmy,
we got saved right here.
Behind cover.
And the guy popping out through the door, we actually didn't see him or hear him. But as long as you're like getting a kill and you're looking left and right and worrying about, you know, what's next, what's going on after this, then you'll be good.
Wait, did he really not?
You won't die as much as what you usually would.
He was scared.
But if you notice, like I didn't prioritize their loot. I'm literally just going for kill, looking for the next fight. Like you only want to get loot when it makes sense to, like if you know that you're safe or if you're not like in a hot spot. Then also, you see how I'm slide canceling corners? Even if you don't think it's anybody next to you, you always want to like slide cancel corners, and just because you never know, bro. With the way the footsteps are set up in this game, like you can't hear anything, so you always want to like slide cancel corners. And if you guys don't have money to actually get like a custom controller, I highly suggest that you get a PS4 controller with the PS4 back button. The controller's like $60, the back button's like 25. You can't beat that with a stick, man. You can't. If you're on Xbox, I really don't know what to tell you. I think Xbox makes their own like pro controller.
Wait, are you up here with me?
Right here, man. We actually got snuck.
Fuck, man.
I don't know where that guy was at, but
just kill me.
Yeah, man. If you're on Xbox, I really don't know what to tell you. I've never used Xbox. I'm not familiar with their product, so I can't really speak on that. But you know, it never hurts to get a custom controller from like Cinch. All right, man. So this is our first time actually getting this loadout now. And unfortunately, you're not always gonna survive. You know, somebody's eventually gonna sneak up on you, which is what happened on the roof. I don't know, you can't really control that, but that's why I rock high alert now, to try to mitigate that, or try to reduce the amount of times I get shot in the back or shot from people I don't see. But man, I'm telling you guys, like if you want to get better, you literally just have to focus on what you're doing wrong or what you think you're doing wrong, like actually focus on when you're playing with the guys or whatever. Focus on like how you're dying so much or what you're doing bad.
All right, let's go.
And then, you know, correct the mistakes while you're playing the game. If you don't have a game plan, or if you're just not putting the effort in, or the thought process to it, then you're never gonna get better. You have to know what you're doing wrong. Like, we all can tell what we're doing wrong. Even if you are like a bot or a bad player, you will know what you're doing wrong. As long as you know what the problem is, you can come up with a solution to fix it. I always say this all the time. That's like the best advice I can ever give. Now with aiming, you know, you got to put the practice in. You can't just think about it and say, oh yeah, I want to get better at this. You have to practice. To get better at aiming, first of all, what you want to do is adjust your sensitivity. Damn. I put my aim down sight sensitivity to like a 0.8 or a 0.75. The lower you go, the better it will be.
There's no way
I don't suggest that you go lower than 0.75.
I guess you can kind of see now why the lobbies die out fast. It's hard not to team wipe on here.
Because if you go too low, then it's going to be hard to track players. But if it's too high, then it's going to be hard to track players. But if you have it lower and then you practice on bots, if you guys have Modern Warfare downloaded, or if you don't, I would say just hop into Rebirth Island or Plunder. Just shoot people. Shoot people for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day, or 30 minutes whenever you get on the game, whenever you have time to get on the game. Then you'll be good. Also, what I have on my controllers is analogs, or not analogs, but control freak sticks. I have 2 blow rides on mine. The higher up the stick is, the easier it is to control. From what I noticed, but if you go like with the high rise ones, I don't really like those too much. I think it's a little bit too difficult to control, which is why I go with the mid rise. I think mid rise are perfect. Like, it'll help out your movement and everything.
Damn.
I literally have nothing bad to say about control freak analog sticks at all. What I'm doing right now is playing high ground. Like, I probably won't even leave this spot. I don't really remember what happens, but I'm almost positive I don't leave this spot since it's towards the end game. Especially in solos. Do any of you guys even like solos? Like, I'm really enjoying Rebirth solos. I think this might be the best game mode in the game right now. Really out of regular Caldera, regular quads, everything. Iron Trials is dope too, though. I really like Iron Trials. I think the health amount on Iron Trials is a little bit too much. I feel like if they reduced it by like 50 points, it'd be good. And look at this, high alert coming in clutch. That's why I rock high alert now, bro. You literally, with the ground loot in the game, you do not need overkill. You don't need overkill at all.
This might be the old cast setup.
Because I think I have a ground loot MP40. Yeah, it's a gold one. But if not, I rock a Owen gun. And if you really want a actual loadout secondary, just kill somebody and get their gun. It'll literally be 1 kill that you need to get. I really don't remember exactly how I play this, but one thing I can tell you for sure is that maintaining high ground up here is the wave, 100%. And then these little UAV beacons too. Yep. High alert's going off to my left. I think it's a floater. Yeah, so we're good. It was a floater. And there's a guy to my left, so we got to jump down, plate up. Did not want to challenge that guy with no plates. All right, and then right here. So we got 3 pings. I seen that we had 3 pings in prison. We had 2 up pings and 1 down ping. We go back up top, and we're trying to challenge that guy that was to the right.
I'll take that mask off.
I'm not too sure why I didn't look to the left, because there was another ping to the left. Maybe I did. I just don't remember, but yeah. It's all pretty simple, bro. The more you play the game, the more you'll get used to it. You won't be as jittery or nervous or whatever.
All right,
it'll all be just smooth.
How was that?
Because like when Warzone did come out, I used to be like super nervous towards the end game, or like really jittery when I was on like a high kill game or anything like that. It'll still happen to me sometimes, but for the most part, like, I'm used to it. All right, so we got the 2 pings out of the 3 that were here. So now we're still thinking about that last one that was under us. Which is why we looked down, because I think I actually heard somebody
right there.
And then I seen his gun. He was moving right here a little bit. So right here, man, we just wait. I tried to bait him out, but he didn't take the bait at all. He didn't want to take a look at all. Eventually, we do get him. That right there. So now, while I was waiting for him, I was hearing gunshots and people fighting down here. So we already know that the last 2 guys will be down here, which is why we jumped down. But if you notice where we jumped down to, we still have high ground.
Where is this dude at?
Somewhat of high ground. And then the bounty gave away. Like, this was a super easy end game.
You know, if he's on the roof, let's do this. Look on this backside.
We know where he's at. Let's get our high ground with cover and to where we can see everything, to where if he does rotate out, it's easy, man. Like I said, the more you play the game, the better you'll get at it. And also, the more you pay attention to what you're doing wrong and try to correct those mistakes, the better you get. The more that you practice your aim, like before you play with the homies or whatever, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes play on plunder to shoot people out the air, you'll get better over time.